Hi everyone, I'm Max from the Max team and I am with Jambre tonight. How are you?
I'm good, very good.
Fine. Is it hot now in England? Or is
By
it
my standards, it's very hot, but maybe
okay.
not by everyone else's.
It's very hot, 10 degrees. Okay.
Yeah,
So tonight we are
22, I think.
yeah, it's 22. Okay. Okay. It's the 8th finals of the Max Open Cup 8. We have the top 16 after weeks and weeks of fight. We have the 16 left players here. We have ChaboDennis versus Dreivo. This will be the second match tonight. We have Tochu versus Paradox. I guess it's a friend of yours. We have Xayoti versus Leandro Loyal from Brazil, Bruto versus Amorites, and we see that just here we have 3 French guys involved. And on the other side of the bracket we have wiRer versus Reqvam. So it will be the first match of this evening. Zorb versus Nend has been played and the Uruguayan player Zorb just beat Den 3-2. Gay Pirate from Lebanon versus Arock, and Nalgindan versus Arctic. 3 more French guys, but the first one has been eliminated. So what do you think about this field, the top 16 field?
It's very French, as all tournaments tend to be. The top 16 cup. I mean, it looks very strong. I think every single player on here from at least ladder. I know some of them a bit more than others, like wiRer and Reqvam. I know very well, which we'll be casting tonight, so I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. It's a very interesting match we'll have tonight. And we can see, I have to display the other one, just a second, like this. Okay, there are so many NA South NA players involved as well, with Leandro Loyal and then here Zorb in the quarterfinals, and Nalgidan as well. And we have many French players, but in the whole field, the 134 players, there are many French players involved. So it's kind of logic to have many of them here. And one guy from Lebanon. So now we have to check the first match lineup, starting with Reqvam's one, bringing a mage, a shaman, a paladin, and a priest. And I have to tell you the paladin has been banned. So what is it? This mage? Is it the new one, the new version of the mage that anyone ate now? Okay, yeah, with the parrot and everything. Okay. So the key card is this barbaric sorceress. To get your huge spells, the rune of Archmage and Dragfire Amulet cost maybe 0 mana, maybe 1 mana, maybe 2, and it's powerful. What do you think about the deck?
I've played it a bit. The first day I played it, I was stomping everyone. I thought it's the best thing ever. Then the next day I played it, everyone stomped me. I think the deck's very, very good if you can get the Belinda out safely.
Yeah.
That's the problem. People are starting to tech against it on ladder, at least. It might not be the case in this tournament because things tend to lag behind with tournament submissions. But it is very, very powerful when it does what it wants to do.
And it's playing 2 copies of Starfish. Okay. Quite a lot, but okay. Then we have the Control Shaman. What is it? Okay, the shaman with you are eating all the opponents and with Mutanis into the Macau. Okay, what do you think about that? And what can it? What is the deck plan to beat? Do you have me?
Sorry,
You lost me?
headphones cut out a bit. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So, what do you think this shaman deck is planned to beat? Which kind of archetype?
It's generally like good all round against board tempo decks for the most part.
Okay.
Obviously you've got Snowfall Guardian, which has always been strong against board decks, but you also have like this tempo high roll of the clownfish stuff, which gets you ahead on board and just you stick ahead. It's weak against decks which OTK you or control you out the game, where they're not weak to Mutinous. So things like Curse Warlock or even this mage, this big spell mage, are quite decent against the shaman because it doesn't really have any burst damage available to it. It's entirely a minion-based deck, pretty much.
Okay, we see. And just a copy of Viper. Then we have the Paladin, but it has been banned to be. There have been only Paladin, Control 1, and still the Mistus Might, even at 7 mana. What do you think? It's still a good card, or only in this kind of deck?
Yeah, it's definitely taken a hit, Mr. Smite. As he's played in this deck, it's really not been affected too much because you basically tended to just use them to stack up your buffs from the carrier and eventually kill them. You don't really care if it's 1 more mana for that purpose.
Okay.
But it's a bit weaker in other decks, for sure, at 7.
Okay, and then the Bob Priest, still the same same version, I guess. Yeah, it has not been touched by the previous nerfs. Do you think it's problematic for the game, this deck, or do you think it's a deck like another like the others?
I think it's not a problem. It's so hard to play. I was playing it earlier today, and I threw so many games, which were wins. If played perfectly, it's still, I don't think, a problem because there are enough counters to it in the game, and I think some sort of combo strategy should be viable, and there actually isn't too many of them around right now. But if you're a person who plays Holy Paladin all day or Control Warrior all day, you've probably got a different opinion on Board Priest than I do.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so wait, now jump to wiRer's lineup here with a mage as well, the Control Shaman as well, the Celestial Druid and Thief Rogue. So I guess it's quite the same version of the mage, just 1 starfish here. What is it? What is it playing? Oh no, not the same version, because Reqvam was playing a Surf Inlay, and there is no Surf Inlay. Okay, but quite the same synergy with Sorceress. Okay.
Yeah. Interestingly, he is running a copy of Ice Barrier.
Yeah.
It's an odd inclusion, I have to say, because your Deep Water Evoker, the 4-drop that gains your armor, cares about big spells. The Barbaric Sorceresses care about big spells, and the Belinda cares about big spells, and the Ice Barrier is like anti-synergy with all those things. It is some anti-aggro, but I don't know if it's actually worth the downsides, in my opinion. I haven't tried it though.
Yeah, and it's playing two copies of Arcanologist to draw the secret, and it's only the only secret in the deck. Okay, we'll see. We'll ask him after the game. So what about
actually with the 2 Arcanologists, the chance of having Ice Barrier still in your deck by the time you Belinda or by the time you Sorceress isn't as high.
Okay, the Control Shaman is quite the same as well. Is he playing the Cooking the Cook? Yeah. Yes, but no Viper, yeah. No Viper for wiRer.
Yeah, he's playing 2 Canal Sluggers. And a Scalding Geezer, which are different to Reqvam's list.
Okay. And oh, I forgot to start the game. That's why we don't have any music. I'm starting it right now. Okay, so the Druid has been banned. It was a Celestial Alignment one. Okay, with the Locolar, the Ice Lord, and then the Thief Rogue. Okay, and with still the Mr. Smite. A little expensive now to Shadow Step, but why not? Okay, what do you think of this list? I guess it's quite the same list as before. Still the Fidget Fighter involved. Some players just got rid of the card. Okay, what do you think about the deck? Be it like this?
This one's very, very by the books standard. Nothing crazy in it.
Mm-hmm.
I've personally played the jackpot version more than this one, which I like quite a bit. This one doesn't really have the same high rolls that jackpot has, but it does have maybe more consistent curve, let's say, with the 1-drops in there and extra 4-drops. It does have an issue where it's running 2 neutral cards. So if you Shroud of Concealment into a neutral, it means your null is going to be 1 more mana, which is very relevant early on. Can be the difference between 0 and 1 mana for your null on like turn 3.
Okay. And do you think that the nerf of null is really impactful?
I think it was a good nerf, and it's what it should have been reverted to originally. It's still a really strong card, but it's not completely destroying all your early game and then killing you sort of card. It's just a strong board control card now for early boards. I think it's in a decent spot.
Okay, so I guess we can give the players the go. And also, you cannot see the top of my head, and it's the best part of me. Okay, now it's better. Okay, we can give the players the go. wiRer at the bottom of the screen and Reqvam. Reqvam is already crying. Okay, so Reqvam, where is he? Yeah. Okay, browsing the collection. Not the time to browse the collection, guy. It's okay. You can start. Good luck. And then we have wiRer browsing the collection as well. Okay, we are in the LHS format at the start of the 8th finals of the Max Open Cup 8. And we have the first game here with wiRer versus Reqvam. Reqvam from Crusher and wiRer from Luxembourg and playing for the Max team. And hello to chat with someone you may know, Baby Bear, and Lil Nick.
Hi, Baby Bear.
I made my contribution for your holiday to Grace. You see that?
Yes, I heard about that, yeah. Good suggestion.
Yeah, you see, very, very nice. Okay, Baby Bear. And... okay, so what about them preparing to battle a friend?
Yeah, so the queue order is the important part of LHS now.
Yeah.
They both have the mage, and the mage is good against the shamans, I'd say. That's the matchup you want for the mage. So kind of makes sense to counter queue that. The mage also may be okay against Boar Priest.
And it will be shaman versus shaman.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a deck that doesn't really counter anything, so both players are starting with it, so they don't get counter queued. And so having to flip a shaman.
Do you think the key of the game will be the first one that will draw the Metalist?
No, not always. It's a weird matchup. There's like few ways to win it. One, you can just be ahead on board in tempo and kill them because there isn't many board swings until Snowfall Guardian. The other way is if both players go slow, one player starts mutinusing the opponent's hand.
Yeah.
But in my experience, it's usually tempo, and if someone goes too hard on the cavern, you can maybe win through Snowfall Guardian Chains because there isn't an answer from the other side if they're board's full.
Okay. We have the cavern for wiRer and the same cavern for Reqvam, but with the coin. And already the clownfish. Yeah. Do you think that you have to keep the clownfish to be played with Bran? Or can you tempo it?
Depends on your hand. Usually you just tempo it and not wait. But if you have other viable plays, it's fine to just hold it in case you get a high roll later. So here for Reqvam, it's perfectly reasonable to schooling and play both the fish with the coin here to kill the 3-2. Your next turn always has a viable play. It's either Frostbite plus another fish, or it's just a clownfish. Both are good. The other play is to just Frostbite the minion and then go coin cavern.
Okay. Frostbite without the honorable kill. But
yeah,
you got rid of the 3-2. Okay, Cookie the Cook. Interesting Morlock in the deck. To get you the life steal. Okay, so
cavern.
Yeah,
probably a cavern in response straight away.
Already in end. Before the rain. Okay. Cavern to cavern. Here we go.
Yeah, so
is it
wiRer might want to kill 3-4 now because
you could.
If it freezes the face, he's not going to be able to get that weapon swing. Does mean he will be frozen on the next turn, but he can, with his 3-4, if it survives, kill off the opponent's frozen minion with his Scalding Geyser, or he could freeze it with the Wind Chill, and then he's free to attack. So I like this decision to just kill it now.
Okay. Sculpture curve.
Oh yeah. So Farsight's a very, very, very premium pickup from School Teacher.
Would it be Farsight?
Yes, I think so. I mean, Schooling is reasonable because he has another one, but
no.
The high roll potential of Bran or Boner with Farsight's really strong. Plus, it's a 1-mana card that draws you and discounts by 3, which is really strong.
Okay, drawing 3 more Morlocks. And you have the Fireman's Flugel, yes. Which is interesting. Oh, already the command of Neptune. I, Alban Lady, and I, Ezio Auditore. Ah, you rename yourself.
So, this turn is kind of reasonable to Wind Chill both the minions by playing the Sleep Breaker as well. And then you can potentially just set up one of the Clownfish. So maybe next turn, or even a couple turns time, you can do a Flurgle turn. Yeah, I don't think you need to do it now. With the Snowfall Guardian in hand, I think it makes a lot of sense to just stall the board a bit, freeze it, and then do this a bit later on. Doing it now it doesn't really do enough, I think. Like both the minions are alive.
Okay, so he has the board for now. Do you think it's time for schooling with all the parallel stuffs?
Yeah, it's very reasonable to schooling and clear up this board. It does have a Snowfall and a Parrot, so you actually kind of want to leave it up in some ways. So
Okay. And another one. Okay, this one got there. What was that?
If you go for this board clear strategy where you don't keep tensions high, you can potentially be weak to the mutinous plays. But there are 3 fishes in Reqvam's hand, so not the most attractive option to go for that straight away. There's also a Nagali.
Okay. So are there? No, they are Murlocs. I was thinking of them being beasts as well for the amalgam.
Well, Brucan's a huge pickup for wiRer. Given that he probably wants to play that next turn, I imagine he's gonna go sort of tempo heavy on this turn. He doesn't want to go too hard because of Snowfall Guardian.
No.
He might even just only play this 3-2 here and leave everything else.
Okay.
I can see that being the case. And then that's it. Yeah, I expected this. There's not a huge response. Like, Reqvam can clear the board with the fishes, sure. But then you're facing down the Brucan from the other side.
And the winner of this match will face the winner of Bruto versus Amolitis in the quarterfinals on Monday or Tuesday.
Alright, he's going for the smart plan here. I like
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Pushes a lot of damage, and the only healing available is Cookie the Cook, which is not dead, or Brucan himself. So with all the freezes available, Cookie's probably not ever going to get the heal. So it's really a countdown for Reqvam to win before the fireballs start coming online.
Okay. One piranha left, only one. You have the far side here.
I think this is probably a turn where you want to use your AoEs and all your Murlocs. We know that the healing hero powers on the other side, so it's not something that affects the board. There's a good opportunity to just play some stuff. And like I said, he is a bit on a timer on 10 health now. Decides not to play Amalgam of the Deep. I think I probably would play.
Well, interesting phrasing here. To keep Reqvam from killing it and get the weapon with a lifesteal.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
He's gonna munch a lot of stuff from hand now.
Okay, Mako.
Got a battle cry, but it's 4 mana. Oh, there goes the snowfall. That's a huge one to hit.
Okay. And a pocket train. A pocket train routing for wiRer, I guess.
Okay. Not the best options.
Yeah.
You actually want something like the stealth dormant poison would be very strong against Snowfall Guardian players. Anything that actually affects the board now.
Okay. We took the cold lights here.
Yeah, looks like he's going for the plan of... I'm not sure actually. I thought he was going to go for the plan of freezing the opponent's minions and hoping they didn't have Snowfall Guardian.
Okay.
This seems a little too slow to ever win, unless Reqvam draws a Brucon on like the next turn.
Okay.
He can maybe stand a chance.
Okay, 2 damage. 2, it's 4. Okay, yes, you can Snowfall Guardian into Aero Power, I guess. What is it? Rage. No.
He might dredge instead with the Burrower. He is aware of what was at the bottom of his deck, but I can't remember where it was actually. So he dredged the Brucon from earlier. Oh,
still no
the fire
Brucon.
invocations picked up.
Okay, you cannot have your Bran into Skull Teacher because of the size of the board. Okay, it's 1-0 now for wiRer, and we won't see the Shaman from Reqvam anymore because of the LHS format. Okay. So, this one has been beaten. And 1-0 for wiRer.
Yeah, it was fairly neck and neck, but then the hero card pick up from wiRer just sealed it, I think.
Okay, and now it's the Bow Priest we were talking about. Do you think about the matchup?
I think it's very good for the priest. You just have to play the late game in a certain way, and the way you do that is you need to play around Mutinous eating your second pirate. So, in order to complete, you need to either save your Devours or kill off your amulet on your pyro draw turn, which happens around like turn 6. That way, your hand's not going to be weak to Mutinous. They can't really stop any spells from happening. And between the Pyro board clears and the Zarella, it's hard for the Shaman to put the Priest under too much pressure.
Okay, choose to draw with the Wind Chill here on this one minion.
Yeah.
And we have the Cavern on 4 one more time.
There's also no Akani in wiRer's list, which is pretty nice against Boar Priest. If you pick minion with it, Boar Priest, all their minions are generally pretty important. But there's an omission from the list from wiRer, so I imagine the matchup's even worse.
Oh, it's not playing the Cavern. Okay, he wants to draw a lot.
I think he knows it's a bad matchup. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to find Gorlock Ravager to tap fire.
Far side. What? Yeah.
And that way,
it was
maybe with a Boner Clownfish, he can start eating the minions too early in the game for Reqvam to reliably play around it. He just doesn't have the mana to basically pick and choose which cards he can play. And if you eat the card draw early, that is also another problem for the priest.
Okay, so many cards here in Reqvam's end. Do you think that you have to play the war boss on board, just not to,
I would like to play
them? Yeah.
The benefit of having them dead at this early, there's no real punish for playing them early against Shaman. The nice thing is if you just draw this amulet after you've traded it on like turn 6 or so, you can just play it, and then those boards are likely to die at some point, and then it's much easier to play around the Mutinous eating your Pyro later on, because you only need to have one completed amulet and one Devour. So I'd say playing the boards and trading amulet at least to 2 is quite valuable use of your mana, even early on.
Okay. Don't you take the All Smite here for the 4-3?
No. I think you only care right now about drawing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Smite doesn't really help you do that. If you wanted to dump cards, it'd be a good pickup. The Illuminate is a good pickup as well, because it's cheap, and your hand size is very full. He wants to start drawing cards,
Yeah.
so the cheaper the card, the easier it is to dump. You can dump cards so that you can draw more cards. The gift is also needed somewhere down the line. So yeah, I can understand picking it up, because now with the cleric, you've got a lot of draw.
Okay, another trade. And another trade. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would, rather than trading the shark, probably just dump 2 spells.
Oh, is this something that can be done with this brand? What is it? Okay, just a tempo brand.
So saw one shard just used and the other one traded away. So he knows this brand is somewhat safe, but you can just go for the wild pyro now with devours. He's just probably calculating how much he can draw. Max he can draw from minions is 5. He has 10, so he has to play something first. If he wants to draw that many. You don't actually need to draw that many. It might be better to draw only 4. That way you can play Desperate Prayer after your draw and start killing off the Bran.
Yeah. The other thing that wiRer want to hit maybe the cleric with a Mutanist brand into Mutanist, playing this like this. No.
Oh. Reqvam's miscounted here. Oh, he's doing that. Oh, he's drawing Fury this way. The problem with this is the Brand's gonna not be able to be killed unless he gets Belishi and the shard. Oh, no, he did it. Got enough Desperate Press to do it. That was quite fortunate, actually.
Yeah.
The Muna's coming down. Eats the second Pyro. But...
Okay. Is it redundant enough?
If you just play this amulet now, on this turn, then they need to freeze both boars for the rest of the game. You can't... As soon as one of your boars dies, you can do the second part. So I really want to see him just play this to res 2 friendly minions.
Okay, the trade or not. Only 5 cards left in a Reqvam.
Oh, he didn't play it. I think that's a mistake. He doesn't have a second amulet and he only has 1 devour. He does have a Holy Smite that can do it, I suppose. So maybe he's fine. Oh, he's just playing anyway. I mean, same sort of deal. He managed to do it with the dredge.
Okay. And he has now the Xerella in end. I can assume that wiRer will play around that.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's very, very fortunate for Reqvam, I think. Oh no, there's another one. Okay,
Yeah.
so the problem here for Reqvam is that he has no draw at all left in his deck.
Okay, and now I can hit face. Oh, and it's 2-0. 2-0. wiRer so far, so close now for the quarterfinals. Okay, and the other thing that Reqvam can beat this shaman with the mage?
It's definitely doable. If the shaman has a slow start, the box can just destroy them. The dragons can destroy them if they don't have enough Snowfall Guardians. The shaman can be kind of slow. Sometimes you just don't really get going until turn 4 of the with the wild poor cabin. So
yeah, always in end, starting end.
I mean, wiRer is the shaman expert. So if anyone's going to trio with shaman, it's him.
Okay, I'm informing the next player that we are already at 2-0 now, so they can prepare themselves. ChaboDennis and Dreivo. Okay, what will it be here? Okay, the draw.
So, nice thing here is he's got a very good curve Reqvam, and he also has Barbaric Sorcerer plus the Archmage. Oh, and 2 mailbox dancers.
It's an interesting addition to the deck, because you can give your opponent a coin, and then with the sorcerer, your big spell will cost 0, make us 0, thanks to this coin.
Yeah, he had the choice to play the second dancer here instead of pinging, which was pretty reasonable. You can always trade off his dancer on the next turn if it's not dead. And then play the barbaric, and you know that there's a coin in hand. So I imagine that's going to happen now.
I bring the muscle and the magic.
Okay, so what has been discounted? Okay, run of the Archmage, 2 mana.
Yeah.
And the other effect is that Frostbite is 9 in wiRer's end.
Yes. He has a good Nargling pickup with the far sight.
Pick me, pick me.
Not a great hit though. There is a spammy Arcanist clear if Reqvam wants to take it. There's a bit of a weird one. He has to play mailbox coin spammy.
Is there any reason to not play the rune of Archmage first here?
I would say yeah. You don't really need to play it when you've got other answers to this board, I would say.
Okay, understood.
Like, it's a very high tempo, high powerful thing. So if you use this and then you're suddenly left with these situational things afterwards, you might be wondering, well, why didn't I just use one of my more situational clears and then save this for when I don't have anything?
Makes sense. Fireball. Hot streak.
Wow. He could have hit more hot streaks, drawn the dragon, and actually played it. It was possible.
Okay, and he has another rune of the Archmage in end. But no second sorcerer. Okay, so what would it be here? Is it time for the Canal Slugger? Into maybe a Sleep Breaker?
It's a bit awkward because he really wants his clownfish, I suppose, but he can't really draw it. His hand's too full. Oh, he has one already. Sorry.
Okay.
Like he might be trying to set up for a potential brand mutinous sort of thing down the line. He has to just draw the boner or the brand first. Now the big dragons and the runes not the only win condition for this mage. The hero card's very strong against board-based decks, which the shaman is. If the hero card comes online, you start getting those honorable kills. The shaman really has no chance of recovery. So wiRer is definitely on a bit of a clock here to swing tempo into his favor. He's not going to win the long game.
I must ponder.
Okay. I think, yeah, maybe you want the Macau to play with the Mutinous? What was it? Yeah. Okay, far side. So you have a very cheap Macau. Okay. Yes. All enemies. Why not?
I like this play from wiRer. He's patiently setting up, keeping his mutinous cheap, so he can do one big pop-off turn. He's also saving some battle cries as well. He just needs the Bran or the Boner.
Yeah, 11 cards left to find them. One of them.
Yeah, it's not the best because we know there's loads of Rams in Reqvam's hand, and anytime he draws a parrot, he's probably going to play it instantly.
Okay. And wiRer managed to only keep the 9 mana. Okay.
On 8 again.
On 8. Very quick. Yeah, only the 9 mana spell in end, so the next sorcerer won't be that relevant.
Oh, another damage. Okay, I said he wasn't winning the long game. Perhaps he is. I think you're probably supposed to play the rune here and just try and get some draw.
Okay, rune number 2. Not bad. Okay.
There, you got a bit of draw. There's the hero card pickup, which is huge. 2 Reckless Apprentices in hand. The damage is going to start swinging back the other way pretty soon. I watched Reqvam's stream earlier, and he was all about the leveling up of the hero bar. Very particular setting up over multiple turns. He has played an Ignite, which will be recast from Magister Dawn Grasp. Wow. Interesting. It's going for Boner Parrot, so every new battle cry that's repeated will be doubled.
No. Okay. Yeah, so it's the Moloch Fiesta here. Mutinous for free.
Yeah. Not going for it. He knows it's not the best hand for it. Definitely wants to weave. Now there's a problem on the other end. There's so much face damage, you can't really afford to play the Magister.
Yeah, you can
But
ping
there
here
is the
and
spammy
spam
Arcanist.
Arcanist. And I get rid of this ball now. But still, still the brand.
Surprised we didn't see the mailbox dancer. The mailbox dancer if played allows you to play Magister, Coin, Reckless Apprentice.
No brand. Maybe another
Which
draw.
can definitely deal with some boards. It is playing into this deal 2 to all enemies, so you give them a coin.
No brand. Would you Skull Teacher? Oh no, he wants to try another one. Where is Bran? Bran is sleeping at the bottom of the deck.
Well, not quite at the bottom, I think, because we already had a peek and it wasn't there. So it should be showing up in like the next couple of draws.
Don't you like Slugger here?
The overload's not great. Oasis ally picked up. That frees the face. Stop this final weapon hit to the face.
Okay. 33 health.
You wish to match wits with me.
Magister.
Okay, there's an ignite going to be played. Where's it going to land? Oh, it's second flame as well. Okay, not an ignite.
Okay. Frozen. Still no brand. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Sticking on the board.
Yeah.
Healing yourself.
Actually, I'm freeze.
A bit. And it's
interesting when you want to use this frostbite because damage breakpoints now. If you get one weapon swing to face, these 2 frostbites are going to be 1 damage short. But School Teacher has the potential to hit bioluminescence, but in order for that to be relevant, I guess you just need a minion. It works with a 9-mana one anyway. Ignore what I'm saying. You can still play a Nargling and the 9-mana frostbite.
So the Parrot will play the Archmage ink, I guess? Is it the last? Yeah, the last
one was the box.
Okay.
It's like he might be going for Finley though.
Okay, get rid of this.
To try and... If he goes for Finley, you can get some health gain from that.
Okay, Finlay.
The problem is there is Ignite in deck if he does pick up the 4-mana card. Alright, the Ignite's in hand. So he needs to trade the Amulet. Oh, he's playing the Ignite.
Okay.
Interesting. I think I would not want to do that yet because you might want to be gaining some armor from this Evoker to try and survive against the damage hero bar.
Okay, the far side. Here it is! Skull Teacher. The bioluminescence is here. But no direct damage.
Yeah, now he's going for the Mutinous. He wants to try and snipe the armor. Then with the Nargling, oh, he gets rid of it, so...
Okay. No. Oh, maybe Zola, yeah.
Or... So with the Chain Lightning now and the Train... Oh, he's playing the Bio now. Oh, this works as well.
Pick me, pick me.
So you can push the 2.
Okay. 12 damage. Not bad. Twice. Okay. So, what would it be?
Let me
One of the Archmage
Counter spells
counter
up.
spell.
So the frostbite.
Oh,
Oh,
disconnection. Oh, I guess Reqvam has been disconnected. It's not on cam anymore.
okay.
Ah, but okay.
And like I said, always
It's
leveling up.
3-0. Okay, 3-0. Maybe not had been that disconnected. But it's 3-0 for wiRer with the shaman. Okay, so we're trying to have the players for a little interview. The both of them. Okay, asking if Reqvam is still here. Reqvam, where are you? Cannot see him. So I'm gonna add them to our discussion here and see who is replying. Reqvam. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We will have wiRer is here with us. How are you?
Good. What about you guys?
Fine. We saw a very powerful shaman tonight. Powerful.
I'm an OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
The deck.
with Cavern on 4 and Brucan on 8.
I didn't play Cavern on 4 against Priest.
No. No,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
I wasted a lot of mana, but I got rewarded for my play. I feel like that game, not a lot of people would have won because the setup wasn't obvious.
Yeah. When you did that, I was like, you're trying to find the Ravager, right?
Yeah, I wanted to play Ravager on 5 so that I have a chance to go for the Mutinous with, with the Macaw brand stuff, like whatever other combo piece you draw.
And first of all, GG for the win, and you now in the quarterfinals of this Max Open Cup 8, and you will face Bruto from Spain or Amolit from France. Do you know both players?
I know Bruto. I don't know the French player.
I guess.
It was.
Yeah, I guess you know him because it was top 4 in the last Max LAN.
Well, I was out before top 4, so that's maybe why I don't know him.
Yeah, you were out drinking a beer. Okay, I know. Oh, and I guess it's the Luxembourg. What is it? The Fête Nationale, National Day. Okay, it's today. So happy celebration day to all the Luxembourgian in the chat and yourself. So what will be the night now? You are celebrating?
Oh, I did the celebrating yesterday, so
okay.
I just rested tonight.
Okay, just maybe a word about the decks. With the big spell mage, you have a different build of Reqvam. Is bringing Surfinlay, 2 copies of Starfish, and what is your... yeah, and you're bringing an Ass Barrier and 2 Arcanologists. Maybe you can tell us about this?
Yeah, I tested it a bit on ladder. There's a lot of Demon Hunter on ladder, and I wanted my mage to be a bit better into Demon Hunter because I expected him to bring Demon Hunter.
Okay.
And the Ice Barrier has been pretty nice against Demon Hunter because it's not only gain 8, but also your hero gains you 13 armor, which makes it easier to play it, so you can start getting your hero power going. And I mean, there is a failure rate built in, of course, but it's very, very low because by the time it's relevant, you should have drawn the Ice Barrier.
Okay. Do you have further questions, Jambre? Jambre,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For the Shaman, how the Canal Slog has been for you? As I noticed you're not playing Akani, which...
Yeah, I mean, same logic. I wanted it to be better into Demon Hunt, and from the last meta game, I made the experience that Caverns plus Slogger just destroys Demon Hunter. So yeah, I had the Mage and the Shaman to check the Demon Hunter. But yeah, he brought Paladin for some reason. I didn't expect that at all. Not from Reqvam. But yeah, I had him. I predicted 3 out of his 4 decks. I thought he would have the Demon Hunter instead of the Paladin. So I just specifically built my lineup having these 4 decks in mind.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So are you confident for the rest of the competition?
I mean, I should be, but I'm not really confident because I don't enjoy playing the game as much at the moment.
Okay.
Feels like we need a new expansion soon.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Grinding games to find a good lineup is not so enjoyable right now.
Okay. Do you think the last wave of nerfs has been too much?
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have over nerfed Warrior a bit. Feels like just the Nelly nerf was enough. The shield shatter was probably also okay. Like, maybe not for now, but long term. But for the rest, I don't know.
Okay.
Seems like they wanted to make the meta game more interesting, but we ended up with the Box of Yoxeron in the meta game. So I don't think that really worked out the way they planned it.
Okay. Okay, we'll see the next week if Blizzard just take something out of the box that they like to do.
I mean, I heard there will be a Battlegrounds patch, so I might just play Battlegrounds as preparation for it.
Okay, thank you, NGG, wiRer, and see you next week on Monday or Tuesday for the quarterfinals.
Okay, see you. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Okay, so now we're back. Do you still see my screen, Jambre?
No, you're gonna have to share it again.
Okay, no problem. I'm doing this right now. There. Okay, there. Here we go. Okay, so we have now the second match, ChaboDennis, German player, versus Dreivo, the French guy, and we are going to take a look to the lineups just right now, guys. Okay, starting with ChaboDennis bringing a Demon Hunter, a Rogue, a Priest, and a Druid. And which one has been banned? The Druid has been banned. So, Demon Hunter, which version is it? Okay, it's the Jace version, because we have quite the same deck in a aggro version. I'm playing right now in on ladder. It's quite interesting, but this one is slower but interesting as well. I was thinking that players just got rid of need for greed. What do you think? Still one copy of it in the deck.
Yeah. So the problem with the need for greed is that you have all this expensive late game. You have the hero card. You got Z-Lag, Jace. It's kind of hard to play all of those cards. You just don't have the mana, so you're pretty likely to draw one of them. So you don't generally need for greed in this list. It might be better to run lower curve card draw, like I forget the name now. The 2-mana one. I tend to prefer that in this sort of deck.
Okay.
But interesting to see Carrier still in the list after the nerf.
Yeah, I was planning to ask you about the card after the nerf. 7/7 okay, that's okay. But previously it was for 6, if I remember well. And okay, yeah, some lists just don't play this card anymore. Okay, we see. Then the Thief Rogue, I guess it's quite the same version we saw previously. Still with Mr. Smite. It's the vessel one. Is he playing? No, there's no jackpot in this one. Okay. Okay. What do you think of the this rogue? I can say that it's maybe a previous version of the rogue. Now it's more jackpot thief rogue. Do you think?
Yeah, this looks like the same list that wiRer was submitted as well.
Mm-hmm.
I personally just like the jackpot one. It's more fun anyway.
Yes.
To go for the jackpot stuff.
Yes, I agree with that. And you want to have fun in video games sometimes, huh? So I like it. Okay, and then the weak priest. What do you think of the choice of this archetype of priest? Knowing that bow priest is quite strong as well, do you think it fits better this lineup?
The Wick Priest is just generally a strong deck across the board against most archetypes, other than maybe like Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to play than Boar Priest, and it doesn't have as glaring weaknesses to things like Alignment Druid and stuff like that.
No. Okay, we'll see. And if I remember well, the Druid has been banned. Is that it? Yeah, okay, so we jump to the next the next lineup from Dreivo. This one bringing as well Demon Hunter, a Rogue, a Priest, but not the same one, and a Charge Warrior. So which version is it? Oh, it's quite the same version of Demon Hunter, but is still playing 2 copies of Need for Greed and still playing Carrier Fellsoul. Okay. Was it Chaos Strike that you were thinking about previously?
No, it's Spectral Sight.
Okay.
The Outcast Draw 2 that I was thinking of.
Oh, 2 copies of Peasant. Okay, didn't see that coming. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Peasant's a very good inclusion if you plan to not ban Paladin, which if you're playing Boar Priest, probably don't want to. Same thing for playing Charge Warrior, probably don't want to ban Paladin. So
okay. Then the Thief Rogue, is it the same one? Vessel as well, Peasant as well. Okay, and no jackpot. Okay, interesting to see both players not playing the jackpot. We have to ask them after the games. And the Bow Priest that we already... Oh, I didn't talk about the ban. Which one is banned? The Priest is banned, no Bow Priest, but a Charge Warrior, still with Mr. Smite, okay. And still the combo, okay. But with Mr. Smite at 7. Okay, do you think that this deck is still good enough to bring in competition with this the nerf of Mr. Smite?
It's an interesting one. I think I haven't played it, so I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure if it matters the breakpoints or not. What I know does matter is the From the Depths getting nerfed and the Shield Shatter getting nerfed is going to hurt your chances against aggressive decks.
Yeah, the Mr. Smite is 7 now, and From the Depths it's 4 now. Okay.
Yeah, even against something like Boar Priest, if you were to not ban it, because you have to wait an extra turn to From the Depths, it usually delays your combo by a whole turn as well. So in matchups where speed is important, just both trying to combo, it's definitely weaker there as well.
Okay, so we see we are going to give the players the go they deserve, because they are waiting for us right now. We have Dreivo at the bottom of the screen, and we have ChaboDennis at the top of your screen. I'm gonna reset the score in a few seconds. So, where is Dreivo? Here. C'est bon, because it's French. Vous pouvez y aller. Bonne chance. And ChaboDennis, I won't say it in German because I'm not that good in German. It's okay. You can start Good luck. Okay. And another thing. Don't forget to join the video link, please. Okay, because I can't see any of the players, but Dreivo just told me that it cannot be on cam. Okay, he's waiting for the ban. The ban is Priest. That's it. Okay, so I'm resetting the scores and other things. Bottom score, it's 0 now. And no bit index anymore. ChaboDennis from Germany, Dreivo from the team SC Bastia. And they are ChaboDennis aiding in traditional Hearthstone, okay. And Dreivo hanging out in main menu. Okay, so they are starting in a few seconds. Do you think... No, which deck do you think they have to start with? Maybe Demon Hunter? Would it be relevant to you?
Demon Hunter is reasonable. Thief Rogue again, reasonable. They're all like just fine decks tempo wise. The only really outlier in terms of our archetype is the Charge Warrior. Otherwise we have tempo decks against tempo board decks. So kind of likely that the Warrior will not be queued first.
Okay, I'm asking them on Discord as well to start. You can start. Okay, I guess ChaboDennis is not ready. Okay, it's ready, it's ready. It just replied, sure. And I like it because I know that the chat wants to see ChaboDennis. Furienters telling wiRer's the best shaman. True. It's true. Yeah. GG wiRer. Well played. Preparing to battle a friend. But still no ChaboDennis on cam. But in few seconds, I assume. Dreivo is now 63 legend. And ChaboDennis 580. Oh, I have to put some comments on the chat here. Bottom Dreivo, like that. And the lineups, you can have all of them. Okay, is it starting? Not yet. Preparing to battle a friend. What a suspense. And we have all the Germans on the chat spamming the French emote of ChaboDennis. Very funny. Here it is on cam with this red shirt.
Very intensely concentrating by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're not playing yet?
Okay, guys, it's time to go. Ok, vous pouvez y aller. You can start.
Slightly sad that the Boar Priest got banned.
Yeah.
Because Dreivo tends to play that deck quite a lot, so I was interested to see him pilot that one.
Okay, they're thinking. Let's see, ChaboDennis is very focused. And if you want to know why Dreivo cannot be on cam, he's not home for now. He had to play the Earth Finals tonight, but it will be in a bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, using his tablet.
Oh, maybe it's a good thing his priest got banned. I wouldn't want to play that on the tablet.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay, so I have time to tell you about the next event from the Max team. It will be the Max League 6, starting at the end of July and involving 64 players this time. 64. Only big players, high-level players, you'll see.
Oh yeah,
that.
the best players.
The best players involving who you know is Jambre. You know. I'm sending you the further details after the show, because I didn't want you to be what is it? I don't know the word in English. So to be stuffed by the other information. Okay, guys.
Okay.
If you want to play the game, don't worry. It's now. You can do this right now, because we're here for you. And I can we see ChaboDennis more often here on Max TV than on stream. Yes, funny. That's what we do. Yeah, I can tell you about the players involved in the first stage of the Max League if you want to. And you'll see.
Yeah.
So it will be VKMSBC from China, WE Stone from China, Timing from China, Anxiety from China. Then from US we have Luna Love, G Alexander, Magbatonface, and the Red SJS. Okay, just a second, because I want to see if they start. Okay, they will start. They are easy. We have from Canada, Zeddy, No Ends Gamer. Yeah. Monsanto, Languagica. Then from Great Britain, we have Mitty, Judgment, Dreivo, Jambre. For France, we have Gaboom, Calax, Otsuna, and Dreivo. Dreivo starting! From Germany, we have ChaboDennis, Bureau, You Know Well Play, and Denim Blue. From, what is it? Czech Republic?
Czech.
Yeah, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
We have Filey Palchua, and from Argentina we have Tincho and Rami94. From Korea we have Fire and I3. ChaboDennis here. Okay. From Thailand, Bankyugi. From Japan, Jimon. From Spain, Frenetic. From Greece, Atanas. From Italy, Leta. From Russia, Levik. Another player from Germany, Cassie. wiRer from Luxembourg. Baby Bear from Belgium. And Insane from Ukraine. And it's only for the pre-qualification.
Oh, looks like we've got a game.
Okay, so it's what is it? Yeah, I was saying the priest and cards from Rogue. I was wondering if Austin wasn't broken, but no.
You were tricked by the maestro.
Yep. Okay, we have Rogue versus Demon Hunter. Oh, I didn't know this hero portrait. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a fancy new one. So
okay,
a very nice looking hand for Dreivo there.
He's playing peasant into the hero power. Opposite hero power.
He is. He is. It stops them playing just like a 2-drop on turn 2 maybe. So it forces a hero power. And then you can go coin prep vessel if you want.
Okay, already there's Battle Room Vanguard on board. That has been nerfed as well. 2-1 now.
It is, yeah. Sort of awkward hand for Chabo. Trades. Trades the Viper. Could have just played it. I don't know if that was better. It's a 3-4 against 3-3s. Hero power and you push 1 and make 2 1-1s, which is fine, but also get value trade a bit. Lots of options here. Vibrant Squirrel's available to be played right away. Najak Hexen can cause some issues for the next turn.
Okay.
Decides to go for the Jailer.
The vessels has been played so quickly. Only turn 3 already the first pirates.
Allez, Chabot, allez.
And the second pirate. Thank you for the subscribe, S Sire 7. Thank you.
Yeah. So hero power plus the Herald of Chaos makes a lot of sense here. Could also gone for the multi-strike, but I think this is fine. You can hold the predation in hand for remove on another turn. I guess he's thinking here where he wants to save the health. I think he was just going to trade. No? He's going to use it. Interesting.
Okay. I guess it's not a situation when you want to get the Blade Master can involved here. Oh, okay. Does it?
Goes to spell. Now,
Yeah,
is he
next spell.
going to reveal these 3/3s, or is he going to keep them staffed? Could also value trade the 1/1s. It's perfectly reasonable. Makes your Akani a bit harder to kill.
So many options.
Decides to go face. Also reasonable.
What do you think? You play the Okani. It's the text say counter something. While this is alive, you play the Okani and then you shadow step it. It's still alive.
But is it really living? Is in your hand.
Yeah, but doesn't say that. As it's a battle cry. Not sure. Okay, so you already have Jace in hand. Maybe it was in starting and didn't see it. Maybe that's why he played the little fell spell at the start of the match to get rid of the peasant instead of playing the hero power.
So this Fell Soul Jailer maybe was a bit of an optimistic pick from Dreivo earlier. Didn't expect to be so far behind after doing the powerful play of boat plus the second boat. Something that the Jack Hexen would have been insanely strong with these shadow steps.
Thank you, Sire 7 for all the gifts, the sub gifts. Thank you very much. Yeah, and the combo with the German flag with the French head of ChaboDennis is perfect.
Each scar, a foe vanquished.
Okay, we've got Crabbatar coming down.
Strike now.
Okay, so yeah, time from Crabbatar. I assume, as I said, I guess you keep a claw.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you keep a claw. Yeah, can use this one here. Mid phase. Yeah, to keep like this.
Yeah.
Okay, he made the second trade.
I suppose the only decision here is whether you want to shadow step the Cravatar, because if your opponent on 12, if this Cravatar can be played again and you get the weapon swings again, the Wicked Stab, you are going to lethal your opponent. But now they got removed, you're stuck with 2 shadow steps, and suddenly 15's a long way away. Yeah, it's not without downside. Something like Z-lag would be an issue if you stepped it straight away.
Okay. But I have a golden Jace here, but not sure to bid that much. Okay, one call strikes into is 2. 4.
Yeah. Not where he wanted those predations.
Oh.
Soaking into minion hits. He could have pushed another 6 damage to face here.
Yeah, you want to do that. Okay. Okay, you have 7 on board.
Oh, it's so close.
Okay, it's 4.
He can't honorably kill.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a horrible situation for Dreivo.
So
1 damage off lethal.
do you make everything
One
face, or do you get rid of the Jace? I guess we add the response now.
I think you have to go for hoping you're not dead here. They need 5 damage, which is Fell Barrage would do it. 8's a long way away, so you're basically, and your hand's double shadow step. So if you send both your burn spells into this Jace, you need to somehow kill them for 8 before they kill you, and you're basically playing around something like Fell Barrage, so they're already pretty close to killing you in the scenario where you do kill the Jace.
I didn't want to take the damage with face.
He would have died if he didn't. But the question is it realistically that he's winning from here?
Yeah.
What top deck is he going for? Probably want to see just the Fell Barrage here. Going for the Chaos Strike as well. Misses out on damage for next turn and to basically use some mana now, which is
Never bring a sword to a fish fight.
interesting. Like he's reduced his clock basically to try and find more powerful draws.
I've never seen.
Oh, it's so close.
I never seen a chat that German, or that flags here. Very funny to
Is
see.
this a lethal pickup? Could be. It is.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 1-0 for ChaboDennis. Yeah. It was very close. It was 1 off lethal for Dreivo.
Yeah.
And we won't see the rogue anymore. Okay, this one has been beaten. Okay, so now, do you think you want to counter it with a mirror or with a charge warrior? Maybe the mirror is better.
I think you probably want to try the warrior because the warrior's not got great matchups otherwise, and with all the armor gain you can do just well against a Demon Hunter deck. Well enough.
Okay, thinking. Preparing to battle a friend. I forgot to mention that ChaboDennis just get out of the first stage, the Swiss rounds, with a 8-0 score.
Oh, wow.
8-0.
Yeah. wiRer has been picked. Outrider's Axe
It's,
Amalgam's very nice.
It's the warrior, okay. Oh, he's keeping Sir Finlay.
Yeah. He's already got the card draw on the axe.
Okay.
And as soon as you find From the Depths, Finley's the card you want next. Also, reasonable if you need an answer for the aggression coming from the Demon Hunter, and you don't have it in your hand from the cards you've drawn from the axe. Maybe the Finley can just provide you with that answer, regardless of whether you've played From the Depths or not.
Okay. We already have the Xilag that you don't want to see in your hand because you're playing the other card. What we did? The carrier.
Carrier, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine as long as you just never see the carrier.
Okay.
From the Depths picked up as well, yeah. I imagine we're going to see coin From the Depths. Or two of them. And the Finley. Oh my. I'm starting to see why Dreivo was 8-0. Okay, he's got to the front ×2. And he's got Mr. Smite and a Battle Master in hand.
Okay, the chat wants me to give the other players for the other stage of the Max League 6, so I'm doing this very quickly. We'll have Dires Lovestorm from China, Jiu Qianu from China as well. From Japan we'll have Tensoku and Okashinsuke. From America we have Gamer RVG and Pun. From Argentina we'll have Nalgidan and Dimitri Kazov. From France we'll have Warma and X-Blize. From US we'll have Frozen. From Brazil, Fled. From Singapore, Lambi Series. From China, Xiu Mu. From Portugal, Superfake. From Germany, Bunny Hopper. From Great Britain, Pocket Train. From Croatia, Reqvam. From Taiwan, Alan C86. And the winner of the Max Open Cup. And we'll have Fury Hunter, Jala, Pascoa from Brazil, and Mighty from India. That's it. You know all the players involved. Okay.
Oh, the Ice Blood Garrison actually clearing the board.
At the end of the turn in one dimension. Okay, yeah, I like it. Because, and it's at the end of your turn, so just now you can get rid of the 3 minions, all the minions.
You can be. You can't draw off the.
You cannot draw,
off the weapon. Interesting. It's choosing not to play the armor game this turn.
Okay, you have to the front for 0.
Oh, okay. He's got. You can hit the Herald of Chaos and then Forged in Flame as well.
Oh, okay. It's drawing. It's drawing.
Oh, it's designed to draw more cards this way. By 1, but losing a bit of tempo. I guess he can.
Okay, so is it Frozen Buckler into Shield Slam the 3/4? You're thinking about that?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, he's gonna draw now.
No, he draw. He's drawing. He's drawing. He is Frozen Buckler, but nothing more.
Yeah. So Jace picked up for Chabo. Now, when the buckler's up, you don't have as much in it interest in just going face. So it's probably the turn he wants to try and clean up the board a little bit. He's got to decide what he wants to use.
Okay, he's playing as many fell spells as he can now. He has Jace in hand, I guess.
Yep, and he's got his next turn booked up by the Z-Lag, so he's trying to maximize all the mana he can.
Yeah. And he got rid of the board, so all the little stuffs from Xilag will hit face. The tentacles.
Oh wow, this is powerful. You get the Nelly down, the school teacher, and the Galvangar.
Okay.
Oh, not the Galvangar as well.
He's not using it for the combo, but to play, get more tempo here. Interesting.
Yeah.
So
The
what
Nelly is
was
very
it?
strong.
Frozen Buckler, okay.
Now, this has been changed, so they're only reduced by 1 now.
Yeah.
They're not 3, or they're not all 1. So he's got to decide mana-wise which one does he want. The Dredge one might be good.
Mm-hmm. You can, yeah, you can have the Frenzy. Frozen Buckler on that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, the
Z-Lag.
Z-Lag into Predation maybe on the 4-2.
Probably on the 5-4.
Yeah,
would
I like
imagine,
it.
So that you
I like
can
it.
clear everything up. Like, or more likely to.
Okay. I think it is. Okay, the first. Okay. Good shot from the tentacles. Is it tentacles? No, stalk.
Yeah.
I don't know the word in English. Stalk.
Yeah, so interestingly here, there is an Ice Bug Garrison up still, so the Puffer Fist, he can actually clear, as long as he swings a weapon, he can clear all the stalks. Decides not, probably doing the safer play of just removing all the damage.
Mm.
It is a cute play, the other one, but this one's just better.
Yeah. And he's drawing 29. Still Jace in hand, but he wants to have to add more value to the card.
Yeah. Drawing another spell. Already has the Fell Barrage. Probably need to play the Chaos Strike now. Well, the hero card picked up too. There's a lot of gas. But has the damage already been done tempo-wise?
Hmm. Oh, bot players just get their hero. Cutrus for ChaboDennis and then Rokara. Yeah, for Dreivo. The chat is on fire. It's like a emote-only chat.
So a few choices for Dreivo. I think the Outrider's Axe is actually very reasonable here. Draw more of your deck, get closer to card game. Well, he's going the max tempo line of playing this 9-9.
Okay. And the winner of this match will face the winner of Nalgiden versus Arctic. Arctic is a French player. from the Synergy team, I guess.
So hero card coming down. If he wants to kill the 9-9, he has to trade both the rush into it, which is probably not too happy about.
Okay. How do you think that this match will finish? Is there a win from the Demon Hunter? Or do you think that now, the warrior has too much value? Sorry.
It's gonna be very hard. This lifesteal pickup's a bit of a pain for the Demon Hunter as well. It's not gonna be able to gain rush, but you can just play it onto the board. And with this life total, you can't really just OTK from hand. There's a carrier already. Z-Lag been played, so it's not very useful. Jace might need to be played, but it really doesn't do that much.
Fell by rage. Okay. Prediction phase. This one is not phase. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay, 9. Can do
11 to the face.
10.
There's nothing to be afraid
11.
of.
Yeah, 11.
There isn't a great answer to it with the shield shatter nerf. I suppose you can Rokara shield shatter and ping it. Or you can play the Puffer Fist and swing phase, might be better.
Okay, don't you trade the armor first? Before the Rokara? Before Rokara? No? What does he want to do? Oh, okay. Is it after?
Okay, I mean, it's just in that order. Oh, he goes for the ping instead of the Puffer Fist. I think I kind of prefer the Puffer Fist. Like, there's not really things you need to clear of it too much. I guess, like, maybe there's the 2-1 that someone's won once. Maybe he's saving it for that.
Carrier here, but nothing more to draw. Okay.
Oh, shield sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, destroying the weapon. Yeah. Draw 5. The fatigue is near. You may use the hammer. It face, I mean. But you have to get rid of this lifesteal stuff.
Okay, so his face goes to 14.
Okay.
So then you've got not lethal, a one-off lethal actually, with the heal, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can hero power once more. Is it the... yeah, no reason to not play this battle wound one card here. But maybe, yeah, for the brawl. Maybe for the brawl.
Yeah. Wait. Am I miscalculated? Oh, sorry, the pirate has charge.
Ah, yes.
It
This
was
one has
lethal
charge as
anyway.
well.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's 1-1. Very well accomplished by Dreivo here. Has been tough, but he's here. And we won't see this Demon Hunter anymore from ChaboDennis. So it's 1-1 now. Maybe we'll see 1 or 2 French flag on chat. 1 or 2. But I assume that German people are much more involved rooting for their champions than the French ones. Okay, so will ChaboDennis take the priest? Which version? I guess it's a weak priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, weak priest.
I think weak priest is pretty reasonable into this warrior. You make some very big boys.
Oh,
There's only 2 shield shams available.
there is another result. iRock just managed to beat Gay Pirate 3-0 and go to the quarterfinals. He will fight versus a Tortu from France. It's Turtle in English. Oh, Paradox. It's a para canard in French. Okay,
So
and
not a
still
full mold for the wig from the wig priest. Kept the handmaiden.
oh, this portrait can be a priest, not a priest, maybe a hunter with this little lion.
Oh yeah.
You cannot assume to being a priest with that.
Oh, he has the win card. The wig.
Yeah,
Huge pick up.
and many nagas and first shield slam, but treasure guard is now here and still
Decides
3
not to coin
nagas
the way.
and okay, Dreivo is playing very fast here. And another
Oh,
one.
Belishi's
Oh,
pretty
yes.
nice.
Yeah. Do you use it now to play the
I would say
second?
so, yeah. Because
Second
at this
wave?
stage of the game, they're unlikely to have a brawl in hand. If you start stacking it now, you're going to push a lot of damage most likely. And then if it fails, you just have your handmaiden stuff. You could try and save it for later for like an OTK, but here it just seems quite strong.
Okay.
Oh, he's using the Devour as well. I don't know if you really need to do that.
Okay.
Tell me, Minnow.
I just saw a first shield slam, so I assume that his opponent cannot deal with this. It's interesting.
It's weird to see the Devour being played actually, because it just added 1 health to the treasure guard.
Mm.
The handmaiden was already active anyway. But you lose out on the potential to OTK with a blessed Devour turn later on in the future. Probably not worth it.
Okay. Is it a shadow ward here into what is it, into sepulchre number 3? Yeah, it does it. Oh, already.
The bless.
Okay, already the bless.
He's saying brawl me or lose, and there's 1 brawl in the deck.
And I guess it will be a lose.
So wait, he's
you
going for
can
the
do
buckler.
this. So
I would have thought
it's okay. Yeah, you can do
Okay,
it.
so he's
You can do it. It will be low,
so he
but
doesn't
not dead.
die.
Not dead is more cool than dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you play the heavy plate here Oh, maybe the shield instead.
The shield sounds very
Shield,
good.
shield slime into. Okay, slime into it. Good, good. Trade and trade.
Job's done.
Okay, it's is at 2.
Yeah. You need some armor gain to draw off your weapon. So the hero power wasn't awful there either. Or even just keeping the heavy plate. So Dreivo found an answer. It didn't have to go in there. The minion was fine to just stick on board and push a little bit of face, and then if they don't remove, which they realistically couldn't because it was so big without a brawl, then maybe you kill them with the bless next turn. But now that it's been cleared, it's back to square one. You got to seize tempo on the board again without a finisher in your hand. So it might be a little bit harder here to actually get the kill.
Okay.
My blood boils for war.
Yeah, interesting to have this on the second card, maybe to turn around the brawl. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a
brawl? You need
yeah.
to win the brawl.
Yeah, you have to. And okay, so if not, would shield block be enough?
I think it's going for the 1 in 4.
Okay, what is it? It's not it.
Misses.
It's 2-1, 2-1 for ChaboDennis. And we will still see the priest, but no more warrior. So for now, in the quarterfinals, we have wiRer from Luxembourg, Aroc from France, Zorb from Uruguay, and we'll have maybe a German player or a second French player. We'll see.
This ends now.
ChaboDennis undefeated in the Max Open Cup 8 until now.
Oh wow, I'm very surprised with this mulligan from Dreivo. He'd mulled away a predation and a Herald of Chaos. Predation's very, very, very good against this deck. If you get on board first, great.
For war.
Sorry, Squishy, I'm good.
Okay, same start here, but no wig and
No wig. That's the huge difference.
yeah.
Okay. So a very good start for Dreivo. Like
Yeah.
with the weapon pickup, you can remove the board and push a lot of phase damage over the next few turns. You've got Chaos Strike and Fury available to allow you to keep honorably killing these things.
I guess we'll have the treasure guard here.
Well, this is so much damage with the Chaos Strike and the Fury.
Do you free more, or do you just hit twice and you keep the fury for another thing?
Looks like he's playing more for board. Push fewer face damage here, but you get to keep the Fury. Put a 2/2 on board and draw another card for now. You do lose the coin, and you have Kurt in hand, so there's it's not a slam dunk play.
Okay. Not much here, but the guard one more time, and the vicious slither spear, I guess. Oh, you take this? Okay, and how do you protect it? Okay. To keep your opponent from drawing, I guess, for one turn.
Well, with the Herald of Chaos, doesn't. Sure, this is actually bad because if you actually do want to draw, you have to sacrifice the weapon here.
Hmm.
And that means you're losing damage from honorable kills.
Not the same start for ChaboDennis in this new game.
No.
Still no wig. 21 cards left in deck.
Yeah. Even Wig at this point is too slow. He actually needs to hit Samuro. Combo with the Bless so he can actually swing the board.
Even when you draw Need for Greed, you don't play it for 3. I understand that.
I mean, he's Need for Greeding with this multi-strike pretty much, drawing 2 cards.
Yeah. Okay, I got rid of the minion, the only minion on the opposite board.
Yeah. Any school teacher cards could help. Can't think of any from Priest. I mean, you gotta go for it. Maybe there's one I can't think of. It's a Devour, but it doesn't really deal with the problem. Get devoured twice, I guess, and then kill the 2/2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
My blood boils for war. Not too quickly.
Pick me! Pick me!
Okay, for 10. You have Blaze, but not much. And you're 12. Okay. Do you like a Cutlass into double trade in a 4/10?
No. I think I'd prefer Catrus to only kill the Vicious Slipper Spear and just leave this 4/10.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to play that. It's like he's just gonna go for board control here.
Each scar, a foe vanquished.
He's missing a lot of face damage to deal with just this minion.
Yeah.
And the board he's left over with all dies to a Devour. I think the cut might have been better. Just leave the 4/10. It's not really doing like that much. And you're wide on board. You have 3 minions, and the opponent's almost dead. All right, looks like he's staying wide, putting the opponent low, and just trying to set up the lethal with predation. There's no healing in the priest.
Okay, bad situation here for the priest and ChaboDennis. Maybe it will be a 2/2.
Yeah.
And is it Blessing?
I'm curious if 2 treasure guards had been used, because treasure card plus second Devour was like a huge punish for this line of play from Dreivo. Maybe that 2 had already been played.
And that's it.
But it's just lethal here now.
Yeah. That's it. It's a 2/2. Everything to be done again. Okay, no more priest. Only Thief Rogue left for ChaboDennis to beat this Demon Hunter for Dreivo. What do you think about the matchup?
It's all about the early start.
Yeah.
The Thief Rogue, if it gets the early ship against not much of a board, you're gonna do more damage than they do to you, and you'll close out the game. Crabbatar also very, very strong against the Demon Hunter. But generally, the Demon Hunter, I would say, is like slightly favored.
Okay. ChaboDennis is taking his time, drinking. You know that he has to focus for the last game. It's a slot for the quarterfinals. Now, the game, it's money time, is undefeated in this Max Open Cup 8. 8-0.
Illidan versus Reqvam. Let the hunt begin. This ends now.
The Gnoll is here. Gnoll and the Cutlass. Okay, and Dreivo's keeping the Cutlass with the weapon. So
the hero card is extremely strong. Especially when you already have a glaive, so you can answer some early boards.
yeah.
Now, you don't have a curve play in hand, so you probably want to just hero power the face and not equip the glaive. Or he's hoping, I guess, to top deck a do-do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to miss out on some face
Cool,
damage.
cool.
Yeah.
It's not, but
'Cause I'm pretty
not
sure
bad.
you do not want to be swinging this weapon away for nothing when you have a multi-strike in hand. So going to play the Fell Barrage.
Okay, nice.
But like all this time that he's not attacking phase, he has a Kurtrus in his hand, which is not being buffed. So I think it's probably better to just hero power, try and buff the Kurt up until you find like a curve in your hand.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get rid of this Gnoll.
Yeah, you can play both spells to push 10 and
Yeah,
clear
it's
the
interesting.
Gnoll. It leaves you a bit low on resources, but we do have the hero card, and it juices up twice. Not much of a hand from Chabo here.
Never bring a sword to a fish fight.
Okay, the Drage. What is it? Is it Reconnaissance?
Oh, the Disciple is a taunt.
Yeah, and we can play it on 4 next turn. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you eat, and then after the eat, you hero power. Okay.
I'm undead, not dead.
Oh, let this stay now. Okay.
Yeah, you can clear this taunt with his face twice.
Job done.
Okay. But it cannot eat the same? Yes? Oh, yes. Okay. I thought that it couldn't eat the same minion. When I read
Oh,
if
no,
may
it can.
attack
Yeah, it can.
an additional
additional
enemy minion, I was thinking about another one. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So already have the crab for next turn. You don't really need to shroud anything. You can just most likely recon and try and find 5 mana play. It's probably the strongest.
Okay.
Or
Oh, didn't take the
that's good.
eye.
That's very good.
Oh, this one's good.
Or this could be
Okay.
rough for.
I was thinking about the eye. The eye. I don't know what from the jungle. Okay, double trade.
You know, the crab is actually so strong against the hero card from the Demon Hunter. They match up so poorly, especially if you just try to tempo the Demon Hunter hero card out on its own. Didn't have to do that. And with all this armor and this crab on board, it's looking rough for Dreivo here.
Okay, you did that. You hero powering. You play the spell. Another hero power. But he doesn't kill the crab.
Perhaps at the top deck. Oh.
Okay.
It's like not pretty.
Okay,
on
like
12
this,
life here.
Okay, why not? It's at 12 and a pretty empty end.
Yeah. Few options for Chabo. You can just play the Edwin. Probably want to kill the Sveno, but always a chance to high roll a bit here.
Never bring a sword to a fish fight.
Oh, this Edwin's going to be way too big for this Demon Hunter deck to deal with.
Mm.
And with all this armor gain, I think it's going to be... Oh, he keeps going. The Edwin's getting bigger and a null. Oh, wow. That was quite the Edwin. Don't see a way back for Dreivo now.
Yeah, this is the end. The need for greed. The peasant. That's it. It's a 3-2. It's a 3-2 for ChaboDennis. Still here, undefeated, and going to the quarterfinals. Sorry. Okay, it's a 3-2 for him. Report score 3-2, and he will play versus Nalgidan or Arctic. Okay, so I'm adding ChaboDennis to the chat so we can have him on a little interview. Just a second here. Okay, there. ChaboDennis. I cannot add Dreivo because he is unavailable on the mic. ChaboDennis, are you with us? Hi, do you hear us? Not yet. Okay, he's putting his headset. Just a second. Are you here? Do you hear us, guy?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, hey.
How are you?
Fine. Roller coaster series, like really close one.
Yeah, very close. And still undefeated in this Max Open Cup 8.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's good. But it was close.
Very close, very close. Do you think that the lineup you brought made the difference? We say that Dreivo has quite the same one, but bringing a Boar Priest and Charge Warrior when you took a Wake Priest and a Ramp Druid.
Yes, I think Warrior isn't that good anymore. Like the last patch was so insane for Warrior, so now you can easily beat them if you really concentrated. And the Charge Warrior list seems a bit too expensive, but it's still won a game, so it should be fine. And yeah, I like Wake Priest more than Boar Priest, so I brought that one. And Druid is kind of my stable every week. I have it every week in my lineup, and yeah, if you win, maybe you shouldn't change it, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw that you choose to still have one copy of Need for Greed in your Demon Hunter. What do you think about the card right now?
And the carrier as well.
And yeah, and the carrier Felt Soul as well.
And okay. Yeah, in the Warrior match, I would be really happy if I had the second Need for Greed, because I didn't true one the whole game. So maybe then I would be a bit faster with my damage and my fast spells. I'm kind of scared a bit of Parla, but no one is playing it. So the Viper should be fine against Parla, but Cariel is 8 mana right now. So maybe Viper isn't that good, but Viper should be also fine against Warrior. It was just a tech, but I'm not 100% sure if it's right. But it performed really well for me the last days, the list, and the whole weekend and the Open Cups. I have a really high win rate. So I just submitted this list. And Carrier, yeah, I low rolled it, right? I got the 7 drop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes a 7 mana 7/7. That's not too good, right? But against. It's like drawing patches, right? But against slower matchups, it's still another finisher to close the game out sometimes if you have a second copy of your Colossal. So sometimes it's just the last point of damage that you need. So I think it's fine to run it still. But yeah, not sure about the wipe, but it was just a tech because I'm a bit scared of Parla. But no one is playing Parla, it seems like.
Okay. Next turn, the quarterfinals, you'll be playing versus Nalgidan or Arctic. Arctic, a French guy. Do you know the lineup they are playing? Maybe you prefer to play versus one or the other? What do you think?
At the moment, I don't know the lineup, so I'm not sure.
But you'll be able to change it on Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I will think about some changes. I'm doing it almost every week. I'm changing. This week I didn't change, but I think my last 4 best of 5s, without that I won 3-0 and the last one 3-0. So I just had this lineup, but maybe I'm going to change it on Saturday. We'll see. And yeah, hopefully then I can get another win. That would be good.
Yeah. Do you have questions, Jambre?
Sorry, I was looking at all the lists here.
No problem. So as usual, your fans were here, ChaboDennis, and we had a chat full of German flags, and you had a French flag. It was very cool.
That's cool. You the German flag, me the French flag. That's our friendship, so that's good. And dann Grüße Leute, schön, dass ihr einschaltet und mich unterstützt. Ich hoffe, ich kann noch in Zukunft ein paar mehr Siege holen und wir sehen uns später dann im Stream. Danke. Okay, just a shout out to my German viewers.
ich verstehe, danke. That's all.
Yeah, I said like thanks for tuning in and for supporting me, and I hope I can get another win soon for you guys. So Grüße.
So you'll be involved in the quarterfinals on Monday or Tuesday. So
Monday
we don't.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah, we don't know your opponent yet. We have another result. It's Paradox that will beat Torture 3-0, and it will be facing A-Rock in the quarterfinals. And just to let you know, wiRer just won versus Reqvam 3-0, and Zorb is qualified with a win versus Dan 3-2. That's it for now.
That's it. Okay. Interesting games and top 8 soon then.
Yeah. I just the quarterfinals played. The whole ones will be played on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, and then we'll have the semifinals the next Monday and the great finals on the next Tuesday. That's it. Okay, is it okay for you, Jambre?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ChaboDennis, and see you on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see that. And very impressive so far.
Thanks a lot.
9-0.
Congratulations.
I know. Okay, see you guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're back on cam here. So we have 2 different series here with the Shaman from wiRer, very powerful 3-0, very quick versus Reqvam, and then a very intense series between ChaboDennis and Dreivo, and ChaboDennis managed to remain undefeated. Do you think that it can make it to the final and to the final win?
I mean, if it keeps this this streak going. Let's see why not. He looked pretty strong, comfortable in these games, so let's see him going all the way.
Okay, so as I said earlier, yeah, we'll say that on Monday I'll be casting the first quarterfinals in English, and then the second part will be the day after it on. It's not on Thursday like I made on the planning. It's on Tuesday. It's the quarterfinals that will be casted by Cool Kid in English. No, in French. In French, it's time for me to go to sleep. So thank you, Jambre, for the cast with me, and see you next time.
Yeah.
And have a nice trip to Greece. I don't know when it's planned, but maybe soon.
Oh, it's not been planned yet.
Okay.
Maybe September-ish.
Okay. See you, and use solar cream. I don't know what is it in English, but
yeah.
To protect yourself.
Sun cream.
Sun cream, that's it. Okay, thank you. See you.
Bye.